I guess just the progress that the Reno Chamber Orchestra has made in the last 40 years. When we first came here, there really was nothing much to listen to. You had to drive down Highway 40 to San Francisco to hear some good music. So I've had 40 years of wonderful listening. And what I've contributed hasn't been that much, but I've enjoyed the results. It's just chamber music as a whole that I've found fascinating. I don't know who coined the term intimate orchestra, but it really is. You're much closer to the musicians. The whole venue is smaller, and you feel more involved in the concerts. I enjoy the big concerts from Reno Philharmonic, also the ones with lots of brass, but chamber music is an entirely different thing, and it's been a pleasure. Reno Chamber Orchestra, 40 years of inspiring music.
I love Reno Chamber Orchestra concerts. It's really great playing in Nightingale Hall. I'm very comfortable there because I work there at the university. So it's like being at home. I can actually see the audience when we're playing. Unlike when we're playing at the Pioneer Center, you get a real connection with the audience at Nightingale Hall. It's a very special, intimate venue, and it's great for us to play there. The acoustics are wonderful on stage. I can hear everybody in the orchestra. I can see my mom in the audience. It's just great. The Reno Chamber Orchestra, 40 years of inspiring music.
Well, many of the musicians worked in the clubs at South Tahoe and in Reno, and at night. And on their day off, they had one night off a week, they started to get together to play with each other and play really neat music. And so it just evolved out of that, and Vahi had a vision of getting everybody together, and we just loved it, and we came and rehearsed in the old Union building downtown. They were exciting because we all were so excited to have an orchestra to play in that we could play great music. And Vahi came along and he started it, and it was just wonderful because we all got together, and at the beginning it was all for free. We loved just playing. That was our main goal. The Reno Chamber Orchestra with 40 years of inspiring music.
Being in the audience is such a good experience. It's a sophisticated audience, and this may sound odd because the music is mostly everything, but meeting people in the hallway, talking about the orchestra, it really is intimate. You do meet people very easily. The musicians will come into the hallway, they'll in the lobby, they'll talk with people and greet people, and you just learn so much more about what's going on than you do in others. There's nothing sterile about the Reno Chamber Orchestra. It's all very active and inspiring. The Reno Chamber Orchestra, 40 years of inspiring music.
One of the early ones I remember is I was given a lot of opportunity to play solos with the Chamber Orchestra during Vahi's time. And one of my favorite memories was doing the Bach Double Concerto with Roy Milan. And I was fairly young when I did it, probably in my 20s. And I remember my key stuck in one of the movements, so I would get a little grace note. And then when the violin imitated me, Roy put in the grace note. So it sounded like that was the way it was meant to be. But I got a lot of opportunity to play solos with the orchestra, and that was very important to me. Any orchestra you play in becomes your family. And I know people talk about how much the orchestra actually is my family, but all the musicians you become very close to them. It's it's just a relationship that builds on itself. The Reno Chamber Orchestra, 40 years of inspiring music.